Gavin, you mentioned you wanted to pit your wits against the better sides in the league. So how do you assess a 1-1 draw at Billericay this evening?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously got to be very pleased with it. It's not only a draw; it's good application by the players. They've taken on board certain things after what was a disaster on Saturday. Let's get it right. And they've gone out there and they've applied themselves and worked extremely hard for that. And I've impressed on them that that's how hard you have to work in this league. You're not going to. It doesn't matter whether it's Billericay or anybody else. We've got to work that hard to get anything. Saturday we weren't at those levels, and I take responsibility for that. But I'd rather focus on tonight. It's a great performance, and I think on another day we go away with the 3 points. I thought we caused them immense problems at the back. I thought the running at them was difficult for them. Although obviously with Gal's teams, I've got a lot of respect for Gal. You're going to have to defend your box very well in respect of it. Certainly offset pieces and stuff like that, and I thought we did that really well tonight. So we haven't had a training session since Saturday, so there's nothing I can turn around and say, oh, we worked on this in training and we saw it out there tonight. That's pure application by the players. That's a pure refocus, turn the page from Saturday and go again. And I think if we'd have seen those levels on Saturday, I wouldn't have been standing there giving an interview that I did with Andrew. Simple as that.
A few hairy moments, sort of once or twice. We did need Mickey's last-ditch clearance off the line, but that said, just how much of an improvement? Because it sounds as though obviously work rate being the priority, but also in terms of the way we kind of stretched the pitch a little bit compared to the Saturday, maybe got at them, took the game to Billericay, certainly second half.
I didn't come here tonight and play a 4-5-1 and get behind the ball. I came here with a 4-4-2 and said, you know what, we're going to have a go at them. I felt that we could produce something tonight. With that, it's quite expansive, and obviously, they're going to find holes and they're going to find pockets to play into. When you look at that, there was probably always going to be a few hairy moments in respect of it, and we had to work hard to plug those holes, and there's certainly work to do on that. But I didn't come here and think, do you know what, I'm going to play for a draw necessarily. I'm very happy with a draw because it's Billericay and they're well fancied. We've gone at it tonight, and as I say, on another day, just maybe, I think we have another penalty. I think that's clear as far as I'm concerned. I've watched it already back.
Desperately unlucky first half as well, and that post behind you.
Yeah, on another day, it could be different, but let's be honest about it. I think we'd have all taken this before the game.
I suppose as a manager, you almost can't legislate for goals like Alfie Cerulli scored for Billericay, but the response that we provided in scoring and turning it round relatively quickly must have also been quite satisfying.
Yeah, I think taking that in two parts. I think you look at the strike and you think it's a great strike, but actually we will look at what leads up to it and how we can do better with that. Of course, because I think looking at it in real time, and I'd have to go back and have a look at it now and really see how it's structured. We can do better with that, although the strike is a decent one. But to respond in the way that we did is more us. It's just more us. It's just the side that I recognise. I said to the boys in there that we definitely owed the supporters. We definitely did. I mean, a week ago, nearest damn it, we were good 3 points at Kingstonian as far as I was concerned. Then we've gone and let ourselves down at Lewis, and then we've come here and got a good point. So things not all doom and gloom, that's for sure. I think these are difficult places to come, and we'll prove that for other sides. We've now come here, we've not gone away beaten, so it's important we now build on that for Saturday, and that's the important thing. We haven't been at home for a while, and I desperately want to get another 3 points on the board and get at home and give the fans a little bit more.
We had a few substitutes come on towards the end of the game, and certainly the pace of the game had picked up quite a bit by that point. So you must have been pleased at the way they adapted to coming straight in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Dylan hasn't played a lot, and I was pleased for him tonight because we put him back in, and he's come on off. I thought it was a really good performance by him tonight. He worked very desperately hard, but he was always likely or possibly going to run out of steam, and then with Obi coming in, a couple of little runs for us and shows what he can do. And Gooch, pleased for Gooch coming on. Obviously Scotty tired a little bit, and Sykesy, we know Sykesy is still getting up to speed. So we've got to try and look at that and sort of treat that in the concept that he is. But I thought Reece Beckles-Richards was excellent tonight. He really partnered mark us really, really well, and they would threat all night.
Sort of got into those channels a couple of times as well, and a few shots at the keeper. It's a draw that leaves us in 8th spot. We still have a couple of games in hand with that in mind, though, and hashtag, I suppose, represents a good opportunity, as you say, to get those points on the boards. And it's a home game anyway.
It is,
not
and
not
I
taking
think
anything away from hashtag.
that's more of an opportunity, I think, being at home, because we've got quite a decent home record. But the hashtag will be difficult. You know, anybody is difficult in this league. You know, I've said it since the very start. It's a really, really tough league this season, and I think, you know, Gary was beating St Albans a couple of weeks ago, and we saw Lewis, you know, dispose of Hampton in the FA Cup, although, you know, going out to all of, and I'm not surprised, because this league has really elevated itself this season into a sort of second Conference South, if you like. So we've got to try and go with that, and if that means I need to bring in a couple, I will. But at the moment, they can be pleased with their night's work, and look forward to Saturday and training on Thursday, and see if we can put 3 points on the board. You know, certainly for the supporters.
Let's hope so. Thank you, Gavin.
Cheers.